Power 102.7 FM, the pride of the people.
Yes, a beautiful morning to you. This is Sports Diaries, and I am Sports Diva. Today, I am going to be bringing you latest updates in the world of sport. So sit tight and stay tuned because it is Sports Diaries and it is coming to you live from my Power 102.7 FM in Inioluwa. Beginning on the top of the list of our stories this morning, beginning from the La Liga, where we've got this on matches that happened over the weekend. Celta Vigo crushed nine-man Real Madrid 2-0 at home. Real Madrid has crashed to a damaging 2-0 home defeat by Celta Vigo yesterday in La Liga, finishing the game with 9 men after red cards from Fran Garcia and Alvaro Carreras. Wilota Swedberg struck twice in the second half for Celta, with Madrid's second league defeat of the season, leaving rivals Barcelona 4 points clear at the top of the La Liga. Xabi Alonso's side, second, also lost defender Eder Militao to injury on a difficult night in the Spanish capital. Madrid were playing their first match at home following 6 on the road across all competitions after hosting an NFL match at Bernabeu, coinciding with a poor run of form, having now won just one of their last 5 league games. Celta striker Borja Iglesias said recently, and I quote, "This was tremendous. We read the game very well. We had some luck in chances that we had, but we did well with the team they have and their quality. It's hard to equal them, and we read it well. We had the ball, we played in their half, so chose to rest centre-back Antonio Rodriguez, starting with Carreras in the heart of the defence." Moving on, well, we've got this still on Real Madrid, as Real Madrid take decision on sacking Alonso. Real Madrid have taken the decision on the future of Xabi Alonso as the club manager. Fans booed the team off the pitch as they suffered a shock over Real Madrid in 22 games. William Swedberg scored twice in second half to seal Celta's first victory over Madrid since May 2014. Los Blancos have only been able to secure 1 win in their last 5 matches. 2 of their players, Fran Garcia and Alvaro Carreras, were shown red cards as the host imploded at Bernabeu. Alonso took over at Santiago Bernabeu in the summer with many expectations following his exploits at Bayer Leverkusen. Real Madrid have slipped 4 points rivals Barcelona in the table. Recent reports say that Champions League clash against Manchester City is seen as a crucial test for Alonso. Speaking with newsmen after the Celta defeat, Alonso said, "We are all angry. We have the Champions League game against City to react in and get this bad taste out of our mouths." Yes, still talking Real Madrid, where Alonso has spoken on the Real Madrid sacking him. Xabi Alonso has insisted that he's not thinking about rumors of the club sacking him. Alonso spoke at his post-match interview after Real Madrid beat Real Madrid La Liga 2-0 defeat to Celta Vigo yesterday. The Spaniard watched a 2-goal with William Swedberg and what the visitors defeated the Los Blancos at the Santiago Bernabeu. After after the game reports a match that Real Madrid could sack Alonso in the coming days. However, speaking on the development after Celta Vigo defeated Real Madrid, Alonso insisted that he's only focused on his side next match against Manchester City in the Champions League. According to the former Bayer Leverkusen coach, everyone is united at Real Madrid. He also stated, like, rumors, I am getting fired. I am not thinking of that. I am just thinking of Wednesday's game. We are all united. Real Madrid are now 4 points behind leaders Barcelona on the La Liga table. Yes, moving on, where we've got this coming from Okoronko, as she shines at Toronto, falls short of Spence. Nigeria Estakoronko produced another standard performance for AFC Toronto, scoring a decisive goal in a thrilling 3-2 win over Kansas City. Current at the World 7th Football Tournament at the Fort Lauderdale, the 28-year-old who also scored in Toronto opening day, defeating Tigers. Now has 2 goals in 3 games for the Canadian side. Kansas City took a early lead through Alexander Bifefa in the 5th minute, but Toronto quickly responded. Kelly Hunter equalized the 8th minute with the assist from Okoronko and then turned the score to 2-1 with a stunning long-range strike 4 minutes later. The match became tense, back and forth affair, typically for 7 footballs. Bifefa scored again to level for Kansas City at 2-2, momentarily halting Toronto's momentum. Okoronko thought she had restored the lead shortly afterwards, only for a goal to be disallowed due to the ball having gone out of play earlier. The winning moment arrived in the 29th minute when Hunter, once again influential, raced down the flank and delivered a precise low cross. Okoronko timed a run perfectly and tapped home the winner, giving Toronto their first victory of the tournament. The team then defended resolutely to close out the match. Yes, moving on, we have got this coming from Uganda coach. I think he names Nigerian in AFCON provisional squad. Uganda coach Paul Pucha has named a 30-man provisional squad, including the 30-year-old Ukechukwu Ikpezu of Nigerian descent, as the Cranes prepare for the 2025 African Cup of Nations. The Cranes of Uganda have drawn in Group C of the tournament alongside Nigeria, Tanzania, and Tunisia. The 2025 AFCON will be played in Morocco from December 21st to January 18, 2026, marking Uganda's first appearance since 2019. Ikpezu, who was born into a Nigerian father and a Ugandan mother in London, was officially capped by Uganda in September, since switching his nationality in 2021. Yes, moving on, we have got this coming from Turkey and Trabzonspor as they deploy Super Eagles striker Paula Onuachu as a centre-back. Super Eagles striker Paula Onuachu was used as a defender by the Turkish club Trabzonspor in their league game against Göztepe. Onuachu also received 1 match ban following the game, having accumulated 3 yellow cards in previous matches. The striker was deployed to defense after Trabzonspor were reduced to a 10-man in the 78th minute. Right back Wagner Pina was shown a straight red card, and Spock report manager Fatih Tekke deployed Onuachu as a centre-back. The Nigerian international played the final 20 minutes, including stoppage time, as a centre-back. Onuachu was impressive in his new role, delivering 11 clearances while conceding 2 fouls. After the game, the manager explained why Onuachu, who is currently leading the goal chart in the Super League with 11 goals, was moved into defense. Tekke said, and I coach, we are down to 10 men. There was no fullback, there was no centre-back. who were forced to move Onuachu into defense. However, the caution he received in the 73rd minute meant that he has been banned for one match. He will not be part of next weekend's crucial clash with Besiktas. Yes, moving on, where we've got this on Mohamed Salah as is possible. We're talking about his possible next destination revealed after outburst against Liverpool. Liverpool forward Mohamed Salah possible next destination has been revealed. The Egyptian couldn't possibly be heading to Saudi Arabia after two clubs have expressed interest in signing him in January. This was after Salah granted a bombshell interview after the Reds played out a 3-3 draw with Leeds United in the Premier League on Saturday. The interview has raised huge doubts over his future at Liverpool. Salah told reporters that he had been thrown under the bus by the club, adding that his relationship with manager Anslot had broken down. The Egyptian is frustrated by his new role on the bench, having been benched for the third game in a row. The 33-year-old signed a new 2-year contract with Liverpool in April, but has obviously struggled this season with just 5 goals in 19 appearances for the Reds. The Sun now report that Saudi Pro League side Al Hilal are ready to launch a move next month. The Saudi side are confident of securing a cut price deal for Salah, one of Liverpool's greatest players, with 250 goals and 420 appearances. Al Hilal managed by Simon Inzaghi, who faced competition in the transfer race with a number of European teams also said to be showing interest. Recent reports say that Major League soccer side San Diego are also weighing up an offer for Salah, but it is also stated that there has been told that Liverpool are open-minded and Salah's future ahead of January. Salah is also believed to be fairly open-minded about his next move. Yes, still talking Mohamed Salah as Collymore slams Mohamed Salah. Former Liverpool striker and pundit Stan Collymore has slammed the club's forward Mohamed Salah, saying the Egyptian has tricked himself into believing he belongs to the same untouchable status as Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo. This was after the Egyptian forward granted an explosive post-match interview after the Reds 3-3 draw with Leeds United over the weekend. Salah is now being dropped on the bench by manager Anslot. In the last 3 games, the forward has started from the bench. He was not even called up in the last 2 games, and this has been really frustrating for the player. Salah told journalists that the club he has sacrificed everything for has thrown him under the bus. Collymore argued that despite the huge achievement made by Salah at Anfield, he cannot equate himself to the likes of Messi and Ronaldo. He said, and I quote, he wrote, and I quote, if you ask 99.9% of players if they'd accept 2 or 3 games on the bench for not eating levels, all will say yes. Only in the madness of 2025 modern football, with a cult of personalities, not only question a reasonable conclusion of you are not playing well. Here is a spell on the bench, but Mo maybe has also almost tricked himself into elevating himself to an untouchable status of Messi and Ronaldo, players who could, if they choose, literally do and say as they please in the last decade. Mo isn't them, and Liverpool, as I said, is in that club. It is unusual for Mohamed Salah to score just 5 goals in 19 matches so far this season. Yes, moving on, we have got this coming from Jess Lingard. Jess Lingard and FC Seoul have mutually agreed to terminate the forward's contract. The 32-year-old signed for the K-League club as a free agent in February 2025. Since then, Lingard has made 66 appearances and scored 18 goals. Next Wednesday, Lingard will play his last game for Seoul and AFC Champions League fixtures against Melbourne City. He said, and I quote, "My time in South Korea has been unbelievable. The football, the atmosphere, the passion around the club have been top class. I'll always be grateful for the opportunity to play for such massive club." FC Seoul in the statement confirmed that Lingard's information, Lingard informed them that he wants to move to the next stage of his football career. Yes, moving on to the EPL, where we've got this coming from Rota as he rescues Brighton and West Ham 1-1 draw. Brighton forward Jorginho Rota stopped West Ham from climbing out the Premier League relegation zone at the last gap equalizer in a dramatic 1-1 draw yesterday. Nuno Espirito Santo side were moments away from the escaping the bottom three thanks to Jarrod Bowen's second half strike at the Amex Stadium, but Rota grabbed Brighton leveler in a stoppage time to leave West Ham stuck in 18th place. The third from bottom Hammers are 2 points behind fourth bottom Nottingham Forest in the fight for survival. Conceding so late, they are 2 points. Conceding so late was a painful blow from West Ham, but after holding Manchester United to a 1-1 draw at Old Trafford, West Ham battling display was a further evidence of their improvement since Nuno replaced the sacked Graham Potter in September. West Ham have lost just one of their last 6 league matches to revive their survival hopes. Brighton, they were 2-goal lead in the 4-3 defeat against Aston Villa in midweek, surrendering their 10-match unbeaten run at home in the process. Yes, moving to Bundesliga, where Dortmund beat Hoffenheim 2-0 to cement third spot. Borussia Dortmund bounced back from Tuesday's German Cup elimination by Bayer Leverkusen with a comfortable 2-0 home Bundesliga win over Hoffenheim on yesterday. Dortmund won thanks to a goal either side of halftime from Julian Brandt and Nico Schlotterbeck. The victory up third place Dortmund opened up a 5-point gap over Leverkusen in fourth. Dortmund sit a point behind second place RB Leipzig, but already 9 points behind runway league's leaders Bayern Munich in the 13 game played. Caught in a relegation match last season, Hoffenheim having impressed their campaign and came into the weekend in fourth. Dortmund should have taken the lead for 20 minutes. After 20 minutes, when Karim Adeyemi fed Show Gorise one-on-one with the Hoffenheim goalie Oliver Baumann, but Guinean got his feet in the net and failed to get the shot away. The host broke through just before the break when Jan Couto bust down the right and caught the black back superbly, and Brandt to tap home. Yes, let's quickly take this comment from the world of boxing as Paul suffers black eye ahead of Joshua bout. Jake Paul has showed a fresh black eye after sparring a British heavyweight in preparation for his bizarre yet semi-clash with Anthony Joshua on Friday, December 19th. Heavyweight star Joshua will fight the YouTuber turned boxer at the Miami Casella Center. The bout will not be an exhibition but rather a professional contest, meaning the result will go on each man's record and knockout is possible. Joshua versus Paul is an example of some of the most unexpected matchmaking in boxing history, with a 36-year-old Joshua, a former 2-time world heavyweight champion, while Paul, a 28-year-old, made his time on YouTube and Disney Channel before establishing a boxing career. At the 12-1-7 KO wins as a professional, the Americans he has defeated, among others, former boxing world champion Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., former UFC champion Tyron Woodley, Anderson Silva, and heavyweight boxing icon Mike Tyson, who was 58 at the time they fought. But in preparation for the mammoth step in the competition, and size, Paula has been getting used to fighting big British bruisers and has a shiner to show for his sessions with former WBC and WBO champion Lawrence Okoli. Paul said, and I coach, I am sparring a bunch of world champions heavyweight. I think Lawrence Okoli did that to me. Aknimban Okoli, a 32-year-old, is on the 3-fight win streak and last beat Kevin Larena on the undercard of Alexander Usyk versus Daniel Dubios at Wembley. Yes, moving on to the transfer rumors in the world of soccer, where we've got this coming from Olympiacos, as the Olympiacos star Christos Mouzakidis prefers a move to Real Madrid rather than Manchester United. According to recent reports, Ruben Amorim is keen to make a midfield reinforcement both in January and in the summer. The 18-year-old Mouzakidis is seen as a perfect candidate to inject some fresh impetus into the Red Devils midfield. However, the bad news for Amorim is that Los Blancos boss Xabi Alonso is also a big fan of the midfielder, and the Greek international is excited by the lure of playing in the Spanish capital. Still talking transfer, where Tottenham Hotspur, Newcastle United and Aston Villa are all set to miss out on strike target Samuel Giowa, who could stay in FC Porto. The 21-year-old has scored 25 league goals since his arrival in Portugal from Atletico Madrid in 2024, and his form has seen him win the international colour for Spain, as well as allotted a number of clubs in England of his talent. Giowa is a top target for Spurs, who need attacking reinforcement in January, but Porto have placed a 80 million euros contract release clause in his contract. Porto have now also stated that they won't be part with him in the winter transfer window, as he forms a major part of a team in contention for the first league title since 2022. And finally, on the transfer scene, when Manchester United have declined an offer for AS Roma for forward Joshua Zirkzee. According to recent reports, the Italian club is keen to land the Netherlands international on loan in January with an option to make a deal permanent. It has been rejected by United on the basis that the activation of the release clause was based on the Glibados Gillo Rossi qualifying for the UEFA Champions League plays. United officials happy for the 24-year-old to leave the club in January, but would prefer a deal was permanent. If the deal was permanent, Zirkzee has featured in 8 matches in all competitions this season. Now let's quickly take this one on the transfer scene. Liverpool, they will accept offers of around 50 million euros for Ibrahima Konate in January if they can find a replacement. According to recent reports, Liverpool remain heavily interested in signing Mark Gueye from Crystal Palace, but face growing competitions from Manchester City and Bayern Munich and Real Madrid. The Reds could be forced to look elsewhere, but it's clear a decision on Konate needs to be made. The 26-year-old France international contract comes to an end next summer, and he has made a number of key mistakes this season. Yes, moving on, still talking in the world of soccer, moving on to fixtures that will be played today. That is Monday, the 8th of December, beginning from the English Premier League, where we've got this match between Wolverhampton Wanderers versus Manchester United, and it will kick off by 9 p.m. And moving on to the Nigerian Professional League, where Katsina United versus Bendel Insurance FC will kick off by 4 p.m. And finally, talking fixtures that will be happening today, that is the 8th of December. And still talking Nigerian Professional League, when Nasarawa United versus Shooting Stars FC will kick off by 4 p.m. Yes, and with that, we've come to a wrap on today's edition of Sports Diaries. Many thanks to those who tuned in to listen to me this beautiful morning. Many thanks to those who made today's program possible. Many thanks to those who are here with me in the studios this beautiful morning. Until next time, I remain your favorite sports diva. Keep loving the game and stay sported. God bless you.